So we've got something a little bit different today and a little bit smaller than normally what I work on. This little, I'm assuming it's a nightstand, is in pretty rough shape, but it is really well made. Now, this is a solid cherry Stickley piece, but as you can see, there's a ton of finish damage, especially on the top, quite a bit of tarnish on the solid brass pulls, and this really just needs a good work over. This is going to look so much better by the end of the video. Stay tuned. My name is Angie and I refinish furniture. Sometimes I paint and sometimes I don't, but I always do what I can to save old pieces from the trash. Welcome to my workroom. So Stickley makes beautiful furniture with some of the tightest joinery I've ever seen on any furniture. Really high quality stuff. These drawers have two mechanisms to keep them going straight. We've got these grooves on the side as well as a wooden guide underneath. And that's why these drawers just slide out so smoothly. These are the mechanisms to help that happen. And this block at the back actually has a screw in it that you can set to get the exact perfect depth on each side so that when the drawer goes in, it sits perfectly where it's supposed to. And I'm talking about all of this because you guys know me, I do a lot of kind of lower end pieces because my main goal is keeping things out of the trash. But it's also why it's so exciting when I get a piece, even a small one like this, that is really well made. So these are mainly lacquer finishes, and you can see the finish here on the top is just flaking off. I can literally pick some of it with my finger. The finish is mainly the issue with this. There's a couple of trim pieces here that are a bit loose. The glue has failed, but not a big deal. We can stick that on later. Now, if you're finding this hardware looks familiar, it's because I actually did a set of nightstands some time ago from the same company. There was also a dresser that was made by Stickley. It had a little bit different hardware, but the same person bought the dresser that bought the nightstands, so we opted to do all the hardware in black. I won't be doing that with this piece. I'm going to keep these brass, but some of these are a bit rusty, so I do need to clean them up. Now this piece has been in my storage room for years, so I'm just giving it a quick little vacuum on the inside here. I think I left it in storage so long because it's just a small piece and I didn't think it would necessarily make a very interesting video, but I decided to share it with you guys anyway. You can see the finish on the top here is so fragile, it's just scraping off super easily. This top looks like it's had a lot of sun exposure and moisture exposure. Now I did start to scrape the sides and it was doable, but as you can see, it's not quite as easy. The finish is in better shape there, so I decided to switch to a chemical stripper just to make things move a little bit faster. It will also help with the finish removal around some of the more detailed areas like the trim. Now I want to talk for a second about finishing here. Now these were done, like I said, with different lacquers and toners and sometimes glazes. A lot of the finishing schedules from these amazing makers, it's an art in itself. I take a different approach with these pieces. I love having them natural. Now this means you're going to see a lot more variation between the heartwood and the sapwood, which are the light and dark areas you see on a piece of wood. And some people don't like that contrast, and some people do. Another thing to note is that even if cherry is very light initially, it is going to darken with time, unlike some woods like walnut that get lighter with time. Now initially I thought I was going to need to use oxalic acid on the top of this, but once I got to sanding, I don't think I'm going to have to. I have a little bit more leeway with solid wood than I do with veneer, and I was able to get down just a little bit deeper, and I think those remnants of stains are going to sand right out actually. I did opt to hand sand around some of the trim here on the front as well as on the lower leg assembly. I often get asked how to sand in grooves like this, and these little rubber tools are great. There's usually a round side and a sharp side. You can use the round side to get into these concave areas. And then to get up a little bit tighter against something, you just switch it to this sharper side. These little tools are inexpensive on Amazon. I'll put a link down below if you're interested. They're really great for a trim like this. Now I'm going to be putting a tung oil based finish on this, but please note that originally this would have had a lacquer finish. They used lacquers, toners, glazes to get that stickly look, and it helped keep things uniform across all of the inventory. But before you come for my neck for putting a finish that wasn't original on this, I need you to know that these are not old. 1989 right here. But here's where I'm going to try to strike a balance between new and vintage, because like it or not, 1989 furniture is now considered vintage. So once I'm able to get a lot of the surface rust off, I'm going to very lightly seal these with a lacquer. And then I'm actually going to use a toner, which is going to take it from this shiny, new looking brass to more of a vintage patinaed brass. And I didn't polish all of the patina off. There's still quite a bit, which will show through underneath this toner. So here we are now, nudie patootie. All of the drawers look fairly alarmed for some reason, but you can see that I've sanded them inside and out. We are giving this a whole new finish. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be using Odie's Super Duper Everlasting oil on this piece. I love Odie's oil on cherry. It's so beautiful and warm. And like I said, it will darken a little bit over time. I could have done a dark lacquer finish like what would have been there originally, but people around here especially, and probably in many parts, are leaning now more towards more natural colored wood and not so much those thick, more opaque finishes. Now, I know this is a shorter video than you guys are used to, but I wanted to share it with you anyway. This is a really cute, really well-made piece. Hopefully someone will enjoy this for decades to come now that it's been refinished. Let me know down below if you like the variation in the natural finish that I've chosen, or if you prefer a more uniform look. See you next time.